Good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of the Rockbridge Report. I'm Katie Geddes. After all the winter snowstorms, Lexington's snow removal costs are $69,000 over budget, and that could mean bumpy roads with potholes. To cover these extra expenses, the Public Works Department will reduce the amount of money it spends on repaving city streets. But winter's frigid temperatures and constant snow plowing only cause potholes to worsen. Even if the department uses these funds to cover snow removal costs, they might not be enough if more wintry weather hits.
We hope that the revenues will rebound as the weather improves, but until that happens, we don't know for sure.
The majority of the department's extra costs come from paying crews overtime, since most of the snow fell on weekends. While city officials worry about public works costs, county residents fight over their land use rights. A civil suit against the expansion of Barger Quarry, southeast of Lexington, went to trial yesterday. John Gunner, his wife, and other residents are suing the Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors for permitting Charles Barger, the owner of the quarry, to expand it in 2007. Barger operates the crushed stone quarry on Route 60. Barger has not yet begun expanding, but residents worry about fly rock from the quarry hitting their homes. If the quarry expands, it will leave just 100 feet between it and Gunner's property. If the residents win the suit, Barger would be forced to reapply for a rezoning permit. The trial continues today and tomorrow. Witnesses include residents, business owners, members of the Board of Supervisors, and professional experts. While the County Board of Supervisors defends their decisions in court, Washington and Lee students are let off the hook. A group of Washington and Lee students was found guilty of possession by the school's Student Judicial Council last month just for being in the same room as someone smoking marijuana. However, the SJC dropped these charges on Tuesday because the council thinks it made a mistake in calling this violation possession. While no specific rule exists in the school's student handbook, the SJC is remaining vigilant in response to the increasing student drug use, which the administration also wants to crack down on. Next year, the SJC hopes to add a firm rule that would punish any student found in an enclosed room where someone is using drugs. The Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors revised its plan for expanding the regional jail last month. The original plan, proposed in 2007, more than tripled the jail's capacity. Now that plan is too expensive and the number of expected inmates has dropped. Rockbridge reporter Katie Sheeler discovers how the new plans will affect Rockbridge County and what roadblocks are still in the way.
The Rockbridge County Regional Jail has a capacity of 56 prisoners, but is currently holding 96. The new plan would create space for 105 inmates, which will help ease the tension caused by overcrowding.
When you take a cell that's probably about the size of this room and you put 4 people in it and tell them live in it day after day, it's hard on them.
The Department of Corrections will decide in April whether or not to approve the plan, but the project still needs funding. The County Jail Commission could borrow money from the state, but has to get the legal authority to do so. Once that happens, the Department of Corrections will match funds for half the project's cost. The old plan cost $30 million and the new plan costs $15 million. This means the expansion will be cheaper in the long run than operating over capacity.
We'll be paying more money to send prisoners out or farm prisoners out to other jurisdictions than if we were able to hold them here.
Expansion would also require more security personnel and staff in the jail.
You may not want to look at a jail as an economic development activity, but when we create roughly 15 to 18 new jobs, all of them at or above the average county wage, it looks pretty positive.
In times like this, a workhouse can someone go to work and probably guarantee they're not going to ever get laid off. And it's a good profession.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Katie Sheeler.
Rockbridge County, Lexington, and Buena Vista may have to bear the cost of the new employees needed to staff the expansion of the jail. The jail is located on Greenhouse Road in the same building as the Sheriff's Department. The jail addition would be built to the west of the original structure and would house minimum security prisoners. The old building would be converted to high-hold security inmates. Local officials might have to make a choice between spending money on the jail expansion or keeping extracurricular school programs. Schools will most likely bear the burden of budget cuts in the state of Virginia. Rockbridge reporter Ann Vasulis visited Rockbridge County High School to learn how these cuts could affect the fine arts programs at all schools in the area.
When Zach Bright joined the drama program in high school, his speech impediment was so bad, not even teachers could understand him.
You can ask anybody that. You couldn't talk to me and understand a lot of what I was saying and how bad I would slur my words. So when I actually got cast in this play, I had to constantly work on not slurring my words and not stuttering.
The drama program that helped Zach with his speech problems is one of many fine arts programs that could be cut in Rockbridge County because of possible budget cuts. This is partly due to the No Child Left Behind Act, which mandates that all school systems reach a set standard in mathematics and language arts. Teachers at Rockbridge County High School think that cutting fine arts programs will hinder student success.
Students will not want to be here if the only classes they have would be the core English, math, science, and history classes.
Cutting fine arts programs also means losing jobs.
I went over to McDonald's after I found out about the first thing and started looking around, and they're not hiring right now because I thought, what am I going to do? I don't know, because this is all I've ever wanted to do, and there aren't many jobs around.
But cutting the fine arts programs in the high school isn't the only problem. Even if programs like art are saved at the high school level, cutting them at the elementary school and middle school levels could put the entire program at risk.
It opens kids' eyes right away, early on, and they eventually come to us. And we can see evidence of programs that are so good in elementary level and middle school.
For some students, the arts programs keep them in school.
That's the best part of the day. I probably would have skipped a lot more school than I already have.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Ann Vasulis.
Cutting the arts programs would save the county $386,000 of the more than $2 million proposed in the program cuts. Remote Area Medical, also known as RAM, is a national nonprofit organization that holds hundreds of free clinics across the country. Last weekend, it made its first appearance in Rockbridge County. Rockbridge reporter Caroline Helms was at the clinic and saw how much it was needed.
Marisha Rocky runs a landscaping company with her husband out of their home. She hasn't had insurance for about 3 years, which has had a huge impact on her family. She attended the RAM clinic because without insurance, her family could not get care for some of the basic needs.
There's a lot of working uninsured, and so the free clinic here locally, I know a lot of people have traveled distance. The free clinic here is wonderful.
RAM travels around the country providing free medical care to people in poor rural areas of the country. The clinic provides physical examinations, teeth fillings and extractions, eye exams and glasses, and many other general services to those without insurance.
Remote Area Medical was looking to expand to another part of Virginia. They're already holding 2 in other locations. They've been very successful over the years. And this is an area where there are a lot of uninsured and underinsured people.
Southern Virginia University's branch of the Lions Club spent a year organizing the event after RAM's founder, Stan Brock, decided to send another clinic to Virginia. More than 60 doctors, dentists, and specialists from the region volunteered for the clinic.
And there's a huge need. You know, I work in town, and there are a lot of patients that come in with real dental problems, but not the finances to pay for it. So, you know, it was a good opportunity to help out.
Volunteers say over 500 people have already shown up to the clinic, and they only expect it'll get bigger with time. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Caroline Helms.
RAM clinics usually draw crowds of 1,000 people or more. Although the clinic in Buena Vista pulled in just under 700, organizers hope to hold another RAM clinic next year. In as little as 10 months, Cornerstone Bank, Lexington's only locally owned bank, will have its new home on the corner of Nelson and Main Streets in downtown. After a 6-month delay in the building approval process, city officials have given builders the go-ahead to begin construction. Cornerstone broke ground last month and will join Wachovia and SunTrust to become the 3rd bank on this street corner. Some residents expressed concern over the bank's location 2 years ago, but a revised plan has satisfied the city. The bank's president and CEO said the location will create jobs for the community and gives loans to residents who wouldn't be able to get them otherwise. Keep your umbrellas and galoshes handy this weekend. Here's your 5-day forecast. Tonight brings clouds and steady rain, but at least it will be warm. The low is only 53 degrees, and on Friday, the mild temperatures and rain showers continue. Highs will be around 60 degrees and lows in the 50s. Saturday and Sunday's temperatures also hold steady between 60 and 58 degrees. But don't get your hopes up for sunshine. The early spring showers should continue through the weekend. Monday will kick off the week with more cloudy skies and temperatures in the mild 50s, but the rain should taper off towards the evening as the temperature drops to 40 degrees. The sun breaks through the cloud cover on Tuesday with highs near 60 and lows at 40 degrees. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning into the Rockbridge Report. We'll see you next week.